All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, bishops. Salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of Jacob's trouble, as well as when Yahweh Shai returns to the planet Earth. Right, to you and to you only, I say shalom, and may Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai continue to rain down grace and mercy upon you and your household. Right? Um, I haven't quite yet come with a title for this video, but I have this article and I have some information. All right, which indicates this devil he's getting ready to pull the trigger on some more deception. All right, and we're talking high level deception. Okay, and this is based upon a video, a couple of videos that came up on my feed. So I was doing a little digging and some research just to confirm that what these Christian pastors were saying was actually true. And lo and behold, it indeed is true. So we're getting ready to we're on the cusp of this devil, all right, getting ready to wave his magic wand again, all right, and switch up the narrative with some more deception to pile on more psychological warfare on the minds of the people, all right. And this is why it's imperative why you should be listening to the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's prophets. It tells you that in the book of Chronicles, all right. Believe his prophets, not what this devil's saying. All right. Matter of fact, let me start with that. Let's get that in blue letter real quick. Okay. The scriptures tell you to believe his prophets. Right? I believe it's either first. I know it's in Chronicles. Okay. Excuse me. Believe his prophets. Second Chronicles 20 and 20. All right. And that's how you're gonna get the full 100% truth. You're not going to get the truth from the news that Esau controls, right? You're only going to get the 100% truth from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's prophets, which are the men of great millstone, beginning with the apostles and the elders on down. Okay, that's where you're going to get the truth from. What do we have to gain to lie to you? All right, remember, we're the bum camps, right? We don't have money. We're not traveling to different continents. You know, we're not putting on big ass Passovers where you got to pay money to join. So we don't have a reason to lie to people, man. All right, we're doing this out of the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai first and foremost, and it's a labor of love to the rest of the elect. Everybody outside of that can go to hell. All right, they can, like Eddie Murphy said in what was that, 48 hours? Kiss this ass. Was it 48 hours or was it Beverly Hills Cop? I think it was Beverly Hills Cop. One of the original ones. You know, that's what anybody outside of the Most High's elect, that's exactly what they can do. All right, you can kiss the white man's ass and go down right along with him. Okay, because he's getting ready to go down and he's getting ready to mess your mind up even more with this deception he's getting ready to come with, as far as this non-human intelligence and these declassified um uh hang on, these declassified uh you know, declassified files or whatnot that they getting ready to release to the public, you know. And this is based upon a congressman who called pastors. Matter of fact, the congressman's name is Burleson. I got it. So let's read this first, and then we'll get into the information. This is the book of First Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 20. It says, "And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahweh, your power, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper." All right? And everything this damn devil getting ready to tell you on this level concerning the NHI, all right, which that's an abbreviation that they're going to be using, non-human intelligence. Everything that they're going to tell you about the UAPs, so-called UFOs, the non-human intelligence, the only truth about it is that they are real. The so-called UFOs and the UAPs and the non-human intelligence, what we know are the angels, but they're going to tell you that there's some reptilian grays and all this old other shit. Okay, we have the truth of the Bible, so they can't. Well, the elect, they're not going to be able to deceive the elect. All right, they're only going to deceive those who are not a part of the elect. All right. So let's get to this information. All right. Now we're gonna deal with this article first. Okay. It's not too long, but this is the type of shit they putting out there. All right. Because they've been creating the narrative. All right. Ever since Roswell. Okay. This has been Roswell happened in the 40s. This has been an 80 some odd year, almost 100-year narrative that they've been concocting on the masses of the people. Okay, straight up. So it says, former U.S. Admiral, non-human intelligence has Earth under surveillance. The Earth is under surveillance of a higher extraterrestrial intelligence, according to retired Admiral and former U.S. Deputy Secretary of Commerce Timothy Gallaudet. If I'm saying that right. He stated that our planet is being visited and surveyed by a higher order. And we know that to be true, but we know that it's strictly the angels. All right, it's strictly the angels who are surveilling and coming to and fro in the planet Earth. All right, that's who we know it as. It's the angels, not no what Esau is gonna tell you. All right, because based upon what this pastor gonna say is crazy. and you're gonna have a lot of people bugging the fuck out. All right, straight up and down, and ain't no telling what they gonna they might have a reptilian, 10 foot tall reptilian man come out and say just like, well, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Okay. So it says, Gallaudet, who also served as the acting administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, claims this intelligence is operating in both the air and water. He has joined a growing group of former U.S. military and intelligence officials advocating for greater disclosure regarding the reality of unidentified aerial phenomenon. Okay? And now they're getting ready to, based upon what this congressman says, all right, they're getting ready to release that. So that was the article. And this article was published on the 4th, which was Monday, right? So now, from here, let's get these other tabs I have. Now, this tab I pulled up, I had to look up and figure out what the hell these Christians was talking about concerning this congressman, Eric Burlison. That's his name. He's a congressman out of Missouri, right? Now, what I typed in was roughly paraphrasing what these Christians were saying on social media. So I typed in Missouri Congressman Eric Burlison holds meeting with pastors to warn their congregations of upcoming UFO and non-human entity disclosure. That's just what I put, right? And it says, as of May 2026, Missouri Congressman Eric Burlison, and I haven't read this, I just typed it in just to see what will come up. It says, as of May 2026, which we just started May, Missouri Congressman Eric Burlison has been heavily involved in congressional efforts regarding unidentified anomalous phenomenon disclosure, including examining claims of non-human entities. And there's a podcast there, which I may check that out later. All right. It says, while recent reports indicate that various religious leaders have been told by officials to prepare their congregations for impending UFO disclosures regarding potential non-human intelligence, specific documentation directly warning Republican Burlison as the sole organizer of a pastor-focused warning meeting is not explicitly highlighted in the search results, right? It says, how are they findings based on recent information? And it just gives non-human intelligence or non-human entity focused. Republican Burlison has pressed for answers regarding UAPs and has discussed testimony suggesting that recovered materials and creatures may be non-human, possibility interdimensional, or angels rather than extraterrestrial. And that's exactly what they are. They're angels, right? But they finna spin it. They're not gonna give you the whole truth, all right, when they do this disclosure. It's not gonna happen, man. Only the prophets is gonna give you the truth. Okay? I ain't gonna read no more of this. All right? Because I don't want to make this too long. Um, Now let's go to the social media video to hear one of the pastors and what he has said. All right. Now this is just an Edomite Christian. I'll be on Edom Idumean top a
I
little
was
bit
briefed
just to
on an
see
event that occurred where
these. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go back to that because that was heavy. Wait a minute.
I was briefed
Let
on
me
an
go
event
back.
that occurred where they basically tried to set up a perfect case scenario where that would cause UAP to come in and then to capture them or to try to.
Okay, that's
I was
this is
briefed
him.
on an.
This is Eric Burleson. See, these Edomites, they gonna be got right. They don't. They truly don't believe in the Most High anyway. They believe everything their government is gonna tell them. So anyway, let's check this one. I didn't even see this video. That was an accident of me of coming across this. So let's listen to this real quick. It doesn't seem like it's too long.
Event that occurred where they basically tried to set up a perfect case scenario where that would cause UAP to come in and then to capture them or to try to document them or record them, and it was very successful. So this is when this only happened a few months ago, and this is when the whole conversation changed because that event was one that no one could deny. There were so many people that witnessed these things, and these were all credible people working in our top intelligence sector, and they brought me in and briefed me on this almost within a few days or weeks after this event happened. So, which is, I feel that was nice that they did that. They knew that I was researching this topic. Since then, that is the briefing that everybody wants.
Yes.
So the other members of Congress have heard about this. Leader Scalise wanted the briefing. He got the briefing along with a couple of other members. I had only told Leader Scalise about this, and now everybody wants this briefing. I was briefed on an event that occurred where they basically tried to set up a perfect case scenario where
it's finally happening, you guys.
Oh, let's set this one up. Look at these Edomites, man. Look at these Edomites. They gonna be got, man. They gonna get got. All right.
It's finally happening, you
So
guys.
let me Hey, I'm these watching these videos right here. This is my first time checking them out. The only one that I did watch was the one at the top.
Guys, Representative Eric Burleson.
All right, so check this out. Listen to what this
one here.
pastor says. That
And the congressman.
And that's the one we're gonna watch after this. And I think it was another one with another Christian dude on there. All right. Okay. So this is going somewhat viral amongst Edomite TikTok. Right. So let's listen to this one.
Held a private meeting with a bunch of pastors and preachers from different churches that all met together in the same state, got in this.
I wonder if any black churches was involved. That's a question I got. Were there any black Christian churches? Black Pentecostal churches? You know? I wonder if there were any black churches involved.
Same room, and Congressman Eric Burleson told them that they need to prepare their congregations for the upcoming UFO disclosure that's about to happen. Now, a lot of people have speculated, oh, it's not going to happen. The Pentagon is too worried about the news coming out. They're not going to tell everybody. They're going to redact things or change it to fit their agenda or whatever. I don't know if that's really going to happen or not. But apparently, pastors have been warned and been told that they need to begin to prepare their congregations that the United States is about to release the files that they have captured and discovered UFOs from archaeological digs, from capturing them out of the sky, from crashes, possibly Roswell.
Ain't no angel crashing a UFO, a so-called UFO. All right, not even close. What it is Esau Edom's technology. All right, he's been given technology to recreate these things in order to bring about this great deception. Okay, ain't no angel crashing, man. Okay,
well, and that they are very strange entities. One of the rumors is that they're some of them are reptilian entities. The whole thing is really bizarre, but he's been telling the pastors in this.
you see that? That reptilian thing has been in the works for a long time. That narrative, all right? And now they getting ready to bust you over your head with it, okay? And they done goddamn created this thing. It's a robot that actually moves and has all the, you know what I'm saying? Telltale signs that it's real. When it's an actual goddamn drone. If they can create people that look, talk, and act real, but are robots, what you think? What else you think they done created in the goddamn labs, man? Okay, these devils been doing all type, like where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, in the California desert riding. And these motherfuckers got all type of shit going on out here in the middle of nowhere, man. All these goddamn lights, but ain't no buildings. A whole mountain full of windmill lights, but you don't see no buildings or nothing because they underground with their shit, man. Doing Lord knows what. I wish I could show you. Okay? Yeah, so these devils, they get ready to pull off or try to pull off a great deception. All right? Which they won't be able to deceive the elect because the elect believe in Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, our power, and we believe his prophets. All right? We don't believe this goddamn devil, man.
Private meeting that they need to start talking about this to their congregations to get them ready. So let's take a listen to what they had to say.
I had a friend that sent me a text message. I was in a...
This was the other one I watched. So it's all
meeting, a weekend meeting, preaching Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. And he said, Perry, can you give me a call? I have some information that has come to my attention. Of course, when a friend of yours does that you know quite well, you have no idea what information they're talking about. And I'm not going to go into great detail, but there were a large number of pastors that had been invited to go to a certain state to hear some men in the United States government and others share with them a concern that they had. And this particular man, and I'll not name him, and then we may end up doing some teachings with him or having an event at his church. He has a great church. But he said, Perry, what they're about to release, from what we're hearing, there's going to be a release concerning aliens and concerning unidentified flying object spacecraft, that some of the people who were in the meeting were telling us as pastors, you need to prepare your people and you need to get ready to answer them for what you're about to hear being released. And some of it has to do with crafts that have been discovered that are not allegedly a part of our planet, and the materials they're made of are not a part of our planet. Very strange reptilian looking creatures. and other things that almost sound like something out of a sci-fi movie or an Orson Welles book.
Only a handful of pastors are invited to come to a private meeting with a group of men.
Okay, this is the guy that the dude in the red shirt played. So we might not even have to listen to that one. But let's see. Who
are connected with the intelligence world that are believers, but are still have very high security clearance. These are legit, true men of God that are still connected to Washington and even this current administration and all branches of military. And they literally told us, we had a sitting congressman, a very well-known congressman from Missouri. He called into that meeting as well. That was just for pastors. And this is what he said. On speakerphone, this sitting powerful member of Congress said, "Are the pastors listening to me?" I'm getting chills right now because this happened to me. He said, "Are the pastors in the room listening to me?" And I said, "Yes, sir, we are here." And he said, "Listen to me. Go and tell the church they are not ready for what is coming. The narrative that is coming, what they are going to say is going to be like nothing you can even imagine. They are preparing to tell us that they are from another dimension, that they are our creator, and that these beings, these aliens, or whatever you want to call them, they were the ones that seeded us here. There is no such thing as God. Jesus was invented by them. The Bible was invented by them." And begin to just say, listen, prepare the people for what is coming because they're not ready. But he loved us so much. He made sure that he told us exactly the blueprint to study. He said, study the days of Noah. And if you can understand how Noah responded, that's how you're going to have to respond. And I believe what God is doing in the body of Christ right now is getting us ready, because the world is going to have a lot of questions. The question for you is, are you going to be able to answer it?
What do you guys think? Is this all part of a big deception? Are they getting ready to roll out
Absolutely, it's a big ass deception. All right, that's exactly what's getting ready to happen, and a lot of people will be deceived. Majority of the people will be deceived, even amongst Jacob. Okay, because our people look at the white man like he has all the answers. Okay,
Project Bluebeam, and they're gonna.
so let's see. Kill that one. Man, they got a lot of videos on here. I'm gonna get back to these, but like I said, I don't want to make this too long. Let's get the book of Saint Matthew, the 24th chapter. All right. So you see, these devils are getting ready to come with some old bullshit. All right, which ultimately it's all a part of the Heavenly Father's program. Okay. It's all a part of the Most High's program, all right, to usher in His Son Yahweh Shai. Okay, this deception must take place. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and 24. Okay, it says, "For there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and all them Edomite pastors, all this disclosure shit is all gonna be false, all right? But it's gonna seem real than a motherfucker. Excuse my French. And shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." All right. Now, if they come on national television and they got this cartoon, however they gonna do it, and they talk about, well, we're your creators, and this is where we put the Bible there. God is not real and all that. Man, you should know off the rip. Oh yeah, these motherfuckers out there got their mind, man. This is the measures this devil is gonna go to try to convince you to take that RFID micro chip. And then Now we're just getting this report of what they're gonna disclose. We don't know how they're gonna disclose it. What type of event may happen after the fact or before the fact? We don't know. But we know that Esau Edom he's the devil, and he was a liar from the beginning, man. All right. So we ain't gonna fall for the bullshit. Okay. We're not falling for Esau Edom's bullshit, because that's exactly what it is, bullshit, man. So I'm gonna check out some more of those videos, and I may come back with a part 2, you know, and you know, see what they talking about, man. So, you know, like I said, I don't want to make this too long. Call law, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We on to the next.